And let's continue with some more will. Oh. Maybe I should continue with my autosave data. It's usually up to date. Oh, that's right. I saved here. Now, when we last left off, we had a new pair of... We had a special op here. Carlos and Li Wen. Or Jimmy and Kang Baek-Ya. His story is no doubt connected to Gyeong-Min's. So let's deal with Jimmy. What? Hey, I just noticed there's a cat on the letter. What? This is the first time I've ever seen something like this. Oh. This must be a doodle that Jimmy just sketched on the letter. If the doodle is very obvious, it might show up on the letters we receive. What is this that he drew? I think it's a cartoon cat called Sir Spotty. It was pretty famous in their world. We also have it in our dictionary. Oh, well, I didn't know he was a painter, too. That's impressive. Something like this barely qualifies him as a painter. Today was Sunday. I climbed out of bed a lot earlier than usual. I wanted to try my brand new VR game before Rocky woke up. Whoa. That is a deep history. The year of virtual reality. Good old Oculus. Oh man. There are all kinds of games available now. FPS, dancing games, even X-rated. Oh no, Jimmy, no. VR gear was the big thing these days, and the good ones are all so expensive. What I got cost almost 10 grand. I hadn't told my dad that I was buying this for research purposes, which technically wasn't entirely untrue. There was no way he would have bought it for me. I put the gear on. It was more like a helmet, really. It was quite heavy. However, wow, it did feel quite realistic. It was as if my body had entered the virtual world. Yeah. I changed my position. Huh. That felt so good. Oh god. I tried all the tricks I could. I was exhausted. I took off the gear and realized that Rocky had woken up. Had been up. He was wearing the smart glasses that I had bought a while ago and was looking right in my direction. My eyes widened and shot when I noticed the recording light blinking on the glasses. Rocky, what are you doing? The movie you were playing looked too funny, so I decided to keep it for posterity. Record my ass! The automatic streaming option was on! Wait, what? Streaming? I hurried over to my computer, logged into my streaming website, and checked my channel. Oh my gosh, everything had been broadcast. There were over 5 million viewers, and it went straight to the top of the rankings! Oh man! Jimmy had his DSP moment. The commenters had been going berserk. Everyone was screaming, "Pervert! 10 in the pants!" Someone even said they would dox me. Oh god, that's not nice. I was so screwed. Jimmy? Oh, Jimmy. Why are you... I don't even have a follow-up to that question. Just, why are you, Jimmy? Why? 11 p.m. Warehouse 23, Port of Busan. Warehouse was half full. There was an asphalt barrel in the middle of it that did not seem to belong there. I walked toward it to check its contents. As I suspected, it wasn't filled with asphalt. A person had been stuffed inside. It was a very muscular man. He was barely breathing. This morning at work I had received an express delivery. There was nothing but a photo in the envelope, with a time and location written on its back. The same barrel was in the center of the photo. It was at the exact same spot that I was looking at right now with my own eyes. Then I heard scurrying footsteps near the gates of the warehouse and the clinking sounds of guns. Warehouse 23 belonged to the Busun gang. It could not have been more obvious that this was a trap set up for me by Choi Yo-han. Yet I had to come. 20 minutes later, the muscular man and I were tied together, sitting on the ground with our backs against each other. Two guards who were in charge of watching us had been waiting for their replacement. They were so sleepy that they could barely keep their eyes open. It was pretty late after all. Anyone who had to watch two middle-aged men like us would get sleepy. I quietly cut the road with the razor blade glued to my sleeve while the guards were dozing off. Then I grabbed the Glock 43 that I'd hidden in my pant leg and covered it with my palms. Oh, G43. Manufacturer Glock Guess MBH. Air magazine capacity 6. Slimline version of subcompact Glock 26. Ultra compact slide and frame. Interesting gun talk. Years of police work around here. I knew every single warehouse at this port like the back of my hand. All of the warehouses from number 15 to number 25 were large-sized ones. They were usually filled with lots of huge cargo containers. There were some reinforcements outside to distract them. I should be able to defend myself inside, even with only 6 bullets. They were not the only ones waiting for their prey tonight. This was all part of my plan. There was a shoddy clock on the wall of the warehouse. It made a ticking noise every time the hand moved. Our hand was almost on 12. The minute hand was 10 minutes away from it. I gave the muscular man a signal, palm behind my back, and waited patiently. I handed the gun to him. Hopefully he's not going to betray us. Lots of noises were coming from outside the warehouse. It sounded like a lot of people in cars. At the same moment, the minute hand also hit 12. We both stood up and ran toward the back of the warehouse. However, I didn't expect the muscular man to suddenly trip and fall after only a few steps. His legs were presumably numb and stiff after being cramped up for so long. Those two guards were wide awake now. Multiple gunshots echoed inside the warehouse. I never intended to let us get out of here alive. There was certainly no reason to hold back anymore. Then I saw holes exploding all over the muscular man's body right in front of me. Oh, Jesus. Fuck you all. You monsters, bastards, motherfuckers. Go to hell! I turned around and raised my gun. In the chaos, a bullet hit my thigh. Suddenly, all the other bullets still flying in the air seemed to be moving in slow motion. They were so slow that I could see even their rotation and the vapor trails after them. I realized that he had woken up. When I woke up, I was lying in a cheap motel somewhere. I had changed into some clean clothes. There was a half-eaten sandwich and a glass of orange juice in the nightstand next to my bed. I opened my left fist. As expected, there was a note with a message that looked like it had been written by a child. These new clothes cost 50,000. I survived. But Choi Yo-han had got what he wanted too. Again. I had lost another important person in my life. Again. Kang Baek-Ya. I am by no means any sort of person to comment on anything of the sort, in this case with regards to DID, but in this case, I don't know, I feel like I appreciate how when it was first revealed to us, it was a big dramatic awakening scene with a light hanging above him and the altar stepping into the light and Kang Baek-Ya himself being forced out of the light. In this case, it just happened. It was just a normal occurrence once we knew about it. I kind of appreciate that. Okay, what is going on here? I don't even want to know what happens if I put this over here. I have to bet that if we do this, then we change the kind of game that Jimmy's playing, which has got to be the way to fix Jimmy's dilemma. Perhaps they were desperate to try and stay awake. The two guards even started watching porn together on their phone. Lots of noises were coming from outside of the warehouse. It sounded like a lot of people in cars. Oh god, is this the actual right answer? At the same moment, the minute hand also hit 12. We both stand up and ran toward the back of the warehouse. However, I didn't expect the muscular man to suddenly trip and fall after only a few steps. Oop. Sorry. His legs must have been numb and stiff after being cramped up for so long. The sound of us falling over alarmed the guards. They never intended to let us get out of here alive, and there certainly was no reason to hold back anymore. Multiple gunshots echoed inside the warehouse. Then I saw holes exploding all over the muscular man's body. Dang. Fuck you all. Monsters, bastards, motherfuckers. Go to hell! I turned around and raised my gun. The chaos bullet hit my thigh. Oh, okay. So nothing actually changed here. Suddenly all the other bullets still flying in the air seemed to be moving in slow motion. They were so slow that I could even see the rotation of vapor trails after them. I realized that he had woken up. When I woke up, I was lying in a cheap motel somewhere. This is literally just the same ending. Written by a child, new clothes cost 50,000. Survived. Choi Yohan got what he wanted to. This game was so nauseating. I made the right decision to have my partner carry the gun. It was so wise! But the game felt super boring if we weren't actually shooting something. I took the 10 grand helmet off and threw it back in the drawer. Rocky was still snoring in his bed. He had probably stayed up last night again for a soccer game. Never mind him. I was going to head out and roam the streets now. Put on the smart glasses that I had bought a while ago and snuck out of the school into the real, three-dimensional world. Good. Okay. Well, how many endings do we got here? So, we've got a lot of bad endings. For Baek-Ya. Okay. Only so many endings for Jimmy. Oh, bad. Oh, what am I doing? That's exactly how we started off. Okay, that shield's gonna change Jimmy. That's the one I didn't want to change, but... Oh, guitar. After playing 10 songs, I was completely exhausted. I couldn't move my hands anymore. I took off the gear and realized that Rocky had been up. He was wearing the smart glasses I had bought a while ago. He was looking right in my direction. Okay, at least we didn't get the DSP ending. My eyes widened in shock when I noticed the recording light blinking on the glasses. I hurried over to my computer, logged into the streaming website, and checked my channel. Oh gosh, everything had been broadcast. Luckily, there was only about 5,000 viewers. Most comment things like, so stupid, this guy was so uncoordinated. Your games are not meant to be streamed, alright? Thank God I hadn't been playing that other game. I glanced over to my drawer, congratulating myself quietly. I suppose that was a silver lining. B. Let's do all of the things. Bad. Sure. Oh, okay. That's gonna change Baek-Ya's ending. Just in case our legs were too stiff to run, the muscular man and I quietly shifted around a bit to loosen up our legs. Lots of noises were coming from outside the warehouse. It sounded like a lot of people in cars. At the same moment, the minute hand also hit 12. We both stood up and ran toward the back of the warehouse. Those two guards were wide awake now. Multiple gunshots echoed inside the warehouse. was about to get behind a cargo container when I felt a burning pain in my right leg. Damn it, I was hit. Oh shit. Blood was flowing down my leg, onto my shoe, and onto the ground. As if it were mocking me, I heard that voice again. A voice that couldn't have been more familiar to me. Idiot. I came out from behind that container. Hiding was pointless to me, oh. Right now my Block 43 and I had become a killing machine. Oh no. The two guards were sprayed full of bullet holes. I caught the muscular man in my sight. That was what had worried me the most. Stop! No matter how hard I yelled and screamed, I couldn't hear it. Oh, bad. A 9mm bullet went right through his heart. His body crumbled and dropped to the ground. There was nothing I could do but watch him fall. Every fiber of my being was filled with desperation, guilt, and regret. It was just like 6 years ago. Bad! Watch porn. Oh! S rank? Perhaps they were desperate to try to stay awake. The two guards started watching porn together on their phone. Just in case our legs were too stiff to run, the muscular man and I quietly shifted around a bit to loosen up our legs. Lots of noises were coming from outside of the warehouse. It sounded like a lot of people in cars. At the same moment, the minute hand also hit 12. We both stood up and ran toward the back of the warehouse. By the time the two guards noticed we were gone, we were already taking cover behind the cargo containers. Anytime now. Just a little longer. The guard with a gun was walking toward the back of the warehouse, and the other one was behind him. He had to stall a little longer. I couldn't let them come any closer. I stared at their stretched shadows from the ground, with the barrel of my gun peeking out from behind the containers. Then I pulled the trigger, and my first shot hit the right hand of the guard in front. Good shot. Seeing their partner hurt and screaming in pain, the other guard stopped moving toward us out of fear. Then the garage gate slowly opened. They were here. Right on time. Good shit. That's better. Oh?
부처님, 나도 좀 도와줘요.
Oh.
젠장, 어떻게 이럴 수가?
So, go from midnight to 12:05. So these two are linked. I think we need to go and revisit Carlos and our girl. I brought Yi to the auction house. She was still burning up and barely conscious. I handed her to the boss there, a middle-aged fat man named Lucky Zhao, who had a full mouth of gold teeth. Usually when the gang mentioned taking care of someone without additional instructions, it meant to bring the girls to the auction house. Ugh. Basically, I was only asked to do the legwork. So the girls who had been taken care of, they had probably all been sold to people abroad. Jeez. I had heard rumors that besides the legitimate auctions, the house conducted illegal ones in secret too. There are many kinds of outlandish merchandise in this building, and that included humans. Just as I was about to leave, I couldn't control my curiosity anymore. I asked the guy at the front desk, "Hey man, where do these pretty girls get sold to?" The guy put down the stainless steel mug in his hand. "People brought here by the Black Dragon gang. Well, those girls are usually just sent to Southeast Asia." Southeast Asia? Why there? Are they sent to be housemaids? Are you stupid or something? Housemaids. That's concerning. I don't know if I want to click that. Your gang always told us that these girls are meant to be sent to become human sticks. I don't know if I want to click this. So, I'm gonna go 1930. 1940, I'm gonna click this and I'll leave it up for about 5 seconds. Ever seen a freak show? Okay. They have no tongues, eyes, arms. Okay, that's not actually a dictionary. That's not actually a dictionary entry. That's good. That's... What? What? Have you ever seen a freak show? They have no tongues, eyes, arms, or legs. They have nothing with their torsos. They have to be locked in a cage. What? Oh, okay. Oh. Now, there it is. Concubines are the... Renji. Human... Oh. Yeah, that is incredibly barbaric. Holy fuck. I almost threw up. This is the first time I ever heard the phrase human sticks. I eventually figured out what it meant based on his descriptions. I'd rather die than live like that. As a Catholic, I'd always been taught to do good deeds so that I could be absolved of my sins and go to heaven. After joining the gang, I had done many bad things. I could never be involved in something so evil. No, I couldn't just let Yi suffer like this. Damn it, if only I hadn't brought her here. People would never willingly let her go now. I had to get her out of here, and then try to explain to Mr. Kwan. Hey! I just remembered, Mr. Kwan wanted me to tell the girl something. What for? She's on the 4th floor, make it quick. Front desk guy picked up today's Ming Pao newspaper and did not look up again. Well, glaciers in Hong Kong. As I was climbing the stairs, I thought that I heard people crying. Those the girls that were going to be sold? Strange thoughts suddenly hit me. Could it be possible that Alicia had also been sold here, just like these unfortunate people? The thought had come out of nowhere, but I felt extremely unsettled. He had been locked in a room at the end of the 4th floor. The guard had stepped away for a moment. Her entire body had been burning up. I woke her up and helped her into my own clothes, shorts, and shoes. I kept reminding her to be careful while we stuck out of the building. Poor girl. A fever like this, she would probably die on the way to Southeast Asia if I didn't help her. I thought she was ready to go when she turned around and hugged me. Oh. Did I forget something? Oh, right. I pulled the brimmed hat off my head off and put it on her almost bald head, which had been shaved by Mr. Kwan. It was a real shame that he had done that to her. She looked really pretty with her long hair. He tried her best, got herself together, and left the room. Now was the difficult part. What am I going to do? The auction house was quite big. Not only would it take a while to exit the building, even if she got out, the guards could easily catch up to her while she was still nearby. I had to get her more time to escape. I scoured the room. Couldn't find anything I could wear. Nothing but a long wig. I'd never seen a wig before. I found it a little amusing. There weren't any clothes. You couldn't just be naked, could I? I picked up her dress. The dress ripped in the back. I sat down with my back toward the door. I loosened the hair and let it down. I sat down with nothing but my boxer shorts on. Ugh. I tried my best to keep calm. There was no other way. The dress ripped apart the moment I tried to put my legs in. Why did I even try it? I knew that it wouldn't fit. I should have kept it intact as a memento. What an idiot I was. I heard footsteps getting closer and closer to the door. I swallowed nervously. Saw the guard's shocked expression through the small window on the door. I heard him scream, and I heard the alarms. He had not been able to leave the building yet, and she was soon brought back. I was thrown out onto the street with nothing but my boxer shorts. Damn it! I couldn't just do nothing and let Yi be sent to a living hell. Lord, please guide me. Carlos. Damn. Oh. Oh boy. I support this endeavor, Carlos. We just need to go about it in a slightly different way. Oh. Simulation exams are right around the corner. Everyone was busy preparing for it today. Mr. Wedden hadn't mentioned anything about canceling the class, however. Besides, I was still his assistant in the art class, so I went along. However, the room was empty. There was no one there, not even Mr. Wen. I felt a little disappointed. Just when I was wondering whether I should go back and study for the exam. Sit down. Time for class. Mr. Wen walked past me, took off his coat, and laid it on the back of the chair near me. Why are you the only one here? It's the simulation exams tomorrow. Everyone is freaking out about them. Grabbed a chair and sat down. Mr. Wen seemed a little unhappy. Was he going to cancel the class today? Suppose that I should get ready to go back and study too. What would you like to draw today? Mr. Wen abruptly asked. What would I like to draw? It surprised me that I was hearing this question coming out of his mouth. Something more difficult? I said, hoping that it would make me appear more motivated. Then draw me. But you would have to pose for a long time. It's too much for me to ask. Unless he didn't want to do that. If I messed it up. When I messed it up, he was going to tear me and not that drawing into pieces. Don't overthink it. Mr. Wen took out his kit, set up the easel, and continued. I'll do a sketch too. I'll draw you. After making sure that my ears weren't lying to me, I sprung up from my chair. Wait. Let me go and change first. I sprinted out of the classroom. What? I was still sweaty and smelly from playing tennis earlier, and I was wearing a sports jacket that was one size too large because I ordered the wrong one. It would be so embarrassing to be drawn like this. Furthermore, the more I thought about it, the more I felt like this was some sort of a trap. If I drew him badly, no, not if, when. With his temper, he would almost certainly not let me off the hook easily. Well, I felt like I'd turned into a dried fish on the cutting board, waiting to be cut up. I opened the locker and picked out the dress that Jing had bought me when it was on sale a while ago. She had bought 2 of them and given me one as a present. I had never tried it on before. My school uniform was still drying off at home after laundry day yesterday, so this would have to do for now. Put the dress on. Fit well, size-wise. Maybe because it hadn't been washed, I felt weird itching once I put it on. Mr. Wen showed no reaction to my new outfit. So we began our sketching practice. Drawing a portrait was so hard. My back being itchy kept distracting me, oh no. By the time the bell rang, I had barely drawn a rough draft. Mr. Wen put away his sketch, yet he didn't ask to see mine either. He was about to leave the classroom when he stopped at the door. He looked at me and opened his mouth. It looked like he was going to say something, but he didn't. Eventually, he left with a look of disappointment on his face. What the hell was wrong with him? What did I do to him this time? Li Wen. Oh. Let's do this first. Because why not? Let's not change. Dress was really tight. Looked down at the dress that was wrapped tightly around myself. I still feel the warmth from Lee's body, and I could smell a faint trace of hers. I had never worn a girl's clothes except for my sister's. I felt my face start to flush. I heard footsteps getting closer and closer to the door. I swallowed nervously. Was her hair this long? Oh! The alarms went off in the auction house. All of the gates were closed immediately. He had not been able to leave the building, and she was soon brought back, and I was thrown out on the street still wearing the dress. Okay, so then, darn it. I couldn't just do nothing and let Ye be sent to a living hell. Lord, please guide me. Bad. I thought about it for a while and decided it was too embarrassing to change into a dress just for a sketch. Might as well stick with the oversized jacket. I was still feeling a little warm from tennis earlier. Sweat kept dripping down my forehead. I had to wipe it off constantly using napkins. Fortunately, the sun was already setting, otherwise it would have been even warmer. When the class finally ended, I looked at my sketch and sighed. Unsurprisingly, Mr. Wen tore my sketch up once again. I had lost count of how many times he had torn up my drawings. Besides, I was actually pretty bad at this. I did wonder how I looked in his drawing. Before I could ask, he would seem to know what I was going to say, and he quickly left with his belongings. Oh well. Oh. Rank A. So changing. Oh, well, this is what I want to do to actually advance things, but full chaos mode engaged. Full chaos mode engaged. I'm so sorry, Li Wen. This can only end badly, but wear a dress. I couldn't. It was too embarrassing. Wearing nothing but my boxer shorts, I sat down. Tried my best to keep calm. I heard footsteps getting closer and closer to the door. I swallowed nervously. Saw the guard's shocked expression. I heard him scream. Heard the alarms. Yep. Rip. Shouldn't have let you be caught just because I was too embarrassed to wear a dress. Lord, please let me help her escape. Worse ending. Jing was way too careless when she bought this dress. The stitches were already coming apart. No wonder it was on sale. But I was only going to wear this once, and that would be it. Mr. Wen showed no reaction to my new outfit. So we began our sketching practice. Drawing portrait was so hard. I kept drawing and erasing over and over again. I didn't notice that Mr. Wen had already left his seat until he walked past me. Let's just call it a day. You still have the exam tomorrow. Go back and study. Was this the best ending? Mr. Wen put away his easel, grabbed his coat, and left the classroom. Oh, bad. Well. So I feel like this was the... Oh. Dress on, hair not down. My back felt cold. I looked down at the dress that was wrapped around myself in the front. Yet it was completely ripped in the back. There was no other way. The dress ripped apart the moment I tried to put my legs in. Still, it's better than being completely naked. I had no choice but to sit with my bare back toward the door. Obviously, I couldn't let them see my face. They would know immediately. I heard footsteps getting closer and closer to the door. I swallowed nervously. Doorknob turned. Oh no. Someone came into the room. I lowered my head, hoping to keep my cover as long as I could, even if only for just one more second. A rough hand started to caress my... Oh no! I tried to stifle a laugh, but it was too itchy. The hand stopped. Crap! I stood up and tried to run away. But every guard here was professionally trained. He tackled me from behind and hit me hard on my right knee. Oh, Jesus. Didn't break the bone, but I knew I wouldn't be able to stand up for a while. He hadn't been able to leave the building yet, and she was soon brought back. We were locked in the same room, tied together with rope. Lucky Zhao stood in front of us and took a cigar out of his pocket. So much trouble. Boss, it won't be trouble at all. The guy at the front desk was standing next to Zhao. He was holding a lighter and lit the cigar for his boss. If the Black Dragon gang comes and asks about him, we'll just tell them they've never been here. Isn't that perfect? Well, shit. I thought about it for a while and decided it was too embarrassing to change into a dress just for a sketch. Might as well just stick out with the oversized jacket. Golden sunlight from the setting shone down upon Mr. Wen and me. It felt warm, but not too warm. Mr. Wen's sketch paper rustled lightly in the breeze, as did his hair. He looked so focused that I found myself staring at him without even realizing it. Oh no. Mr. Wen looked up. Our eyes met silently. When I finally came to my senses and lowered my head, my heart skipped a few beats. Oh no. The bell rang. I reluctantly handed my sketch to him. If you want to tear it up, go ahead. I'd lost count of how many times he had torn up my drawings. Besides, I was actually pretty bad at this. Mr. Wen handed me the sketch. It wasn't mine, though. It was his. Was that really me? I was speechless, and I couldn't find a word in my vocabulary to describe it, other than beautiful. I never could imagine that a person who was always so cold and distant would be able to create something so warm and intimate. Suddenly, an idea came to me. I held the sketch up in his face and pointed at a random spot. There's a serious problem here. I went and looked at the sketch, puzzled. Before he could take a good look, I took the sketch back. I will not tolerate this kind of thing in my class. I imitated his tone. I imitated his tone, took a few steps back, then tore up the sketch and threw the pieces into the trash. What? What a historical moment! I finally turned the tables on him. Quickly ran out of the classroom. Thinking back on how many of my sketches he had shredded, I felt great about getting back at him. Well... What do we have ending-wise? Wow, we got all over the board. So we somehow got a worse ending. That might still be yes. This is a new ending. The dress is really tight. I looked down at the dress that was wrapped tightly around myself. I still feel the warmth from Yee's body and smell a faint trace of her scent. I never worn a girl's clothes except for my sister's. I felt my face starting to blush. I heard footsteps getting closer and closer to the door. Then they started moving away. Oh, good. A few minutes later, I saw Yee leaving the building through the window. She walked out of the gate, turned to her right, and slowly walked out of my sight. She kept walking in that direction for another couple of kilometers. She would be on the turf of the Blood Gang. I finally felt relaxed. The Lord bless you, Yee. Now that Yee had got away, I didn't need to worry about my own escape. When I was at the orphanage, I had always been the fastest kid. We used to go up on the hill to hunt rabbits. The other kids would take a whole day, but I only needed 3 hours. Volcano rabbit. Oh. The slightly larger Mexican hair. Oh. I ran out of the room and sprinted toward the stairway. The guard noticed me. Before he could make a sound, I'd already jumped down an entire flight. Parkour! I was able to go down to the first floor with just 3 jumps. I ran past the front desk so fast that the newspaper was blown out of the front desk guy's hands. By the time he realized what had just happened and who that had been, I was already long gone from the auction house. To what should I tell Mr. Kwan? I wandered around the streets when I finally noticed people giving me strange looks. That was when I realized that I was still wearing Yee's dress. Oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing. I lowered my head and walked quickly toward the less crowded part of the street, afraid of being seen. I found myself in a strange alley that I had never seen before. At the end of the alley, there was a small coffee shop. The sign looked like a maple leaf, and it said Maple House. Ooh, I was stunned. I seem to remember that Alicia had mentioned a place like this in her first few letters. Yes, she used to work here. So Alicia had never mentioned the address of the coffee shop, and I'd never been able to find it. Yet here it was, right here. Finally, I started to find my big sister, Alicia. I ran up the stairs of the coffee shop, filled with all the excitement in the world, but someone suddenly grabbed both my arms from behind. It was a policeman? Oh. Okay.
这都是我的错。
Oh no.
Dios, ¿qué hice mal?
Oh no. Alicia and Li Wen. I am concerned about this. Let's at least read these two. It was 10 p.m. There weren't many people in the station. I ran down to the basement, pushed open the door to the armory, and yelled, "Excuse me, I need to check out a handgun!" We've been assigned to this position for quite a few days, but I still haven't received a firearm. I'd heard that the office was very bureaucratic and inefficient. Suppose people had been telling me the truth. The custodian in charge of the armory slowly turned his face toward me. It looked like he hadn't shaved his wrinkled face in for a long time. All of his facial hair was wet with tears and snot. Whoa. You okay, mate? Oh, okay then. I noticed the TV behind him. He was watching a very popular TV drama, The Descendants. I had to speak at the top of my lungs to tell him that I needed a gun. Trying not to be drowned out by the hysterically bawling heroine on the TV. Although he was still quite invested in the show, the old man still hadn't forgotten his duty. Then explained the rules while holding back his tears. Check out up to and including 2 guns. Please fill out the green B2 form. Have it signed by the lieutenant of your unit. Firearms will be available immediately. Check out more than 2 guns. Please fill out the pink C15 form. Have it signed by the captain of the station. I want to check out all of the guns. Which form do I need to fill out, officer? Weapons will be available in 5 hours. Took the form. Tore the pink C15 form to pieces. I only need 1 gun. Sir, you gotta be kidding me. 5 hours? Just fill out the B4 form. It's really a matter of life and death. Just need a tiny, tiny, tiny handgun. Slam my fist onto the desk out of frustration. Don't slam the desk. Oof. Custodian pulled 2 napkins out of the box and blew his nose and wiped his tears away. Turned and refocused on the TV screen with the box of napkins still in his hand. The heroine had just been diagnosed with a terminal illness. It was the hero's turn to bawl hysterically. I squeezed the torn pieces of paper in my palm and tossed them into the trash bin by the door as I stormed out of the armory. Let out a sigh. Fine. It should be okay if I just go ahead without a gun, right? Rushed out of the building, hailed a cab, and headed toward the port. Buddha would surely bless me. Chang Gyeong-Min. I need to brush up on my memory, but he's literally going to the port to deal with the situation that Kang Baek-Ya has already dealt with, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Or we may have a new situation. Judging by this music, it was 5 past midnight. Warehouse 23, Port of Busan. I realized that I had been backed into a corner. Oh. Because the people who had come in the from the gate were not Lieutenant Kim Jong-ho and his men from Unit 3. Lieutenant Kang! Long time no see. It was my old rival, the leader of the Gyeong-Min group of the Musun gang, Choi Yo-han. The drug cases around this area had always been handled by Unit 1 and my Unit 4. Drug smuggling was one of the main sources of income for the Musun gang, so Choi and I had handled plenty of deals with each other. Long time no see. I did see your son a week ago. He looked pretty good. Oh, by the way, I heard you've been in a bad mood recently. Would you like me to get you some antidepressants? Haha, it won't be necessary, but you were right. I haven't been doing too well. That's why I bought myself some new toys to cheer myself up. I want you to share the fun with me, Lieutenant Kang. What? Oh! Everything went quiet for a brief moment. Suddenly a loud orchestra of metallic noise erupted in the warehouse. You see that the containers are riddled with bullet holes. There's even rice pouring out of some of them. An M134. Choi Yo-han, that was indeed impressive. He was my son. My lovely son. And you fucking blew off half of his head. Today I'll blow your entire body into fucking smithereens. I crouched on the ground and covered my head with my hands. My Glock 43 had run out of ammo earlier. This couldn't get any worse. There was a toy gun on the ground. Where did the toy gun come from? A toy gun against an M34? Well, clearly we have to give that to Gyeong-Min. Haha, I couldn't help but chuckle at the ridiculous thought. But apparently, someone else had come up with the same idea. The muscular man picked up the toy gun and came out from behind the containers. He didn't have a chance to stop him. Everything happened so fast. The toy gun couldn't possibly take on the M134. I saw numerous bullets fly into his body. The ground behind him was quickly covered in a bloody red mess. No! How did it end up like this? Kang Baek-Ya. Ooh. Okay, so this is causality. We can't change this one. Can we do that? Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Oh, yeah, this is causality. This could only go here. Here, or on Kang Baek-Ya's side. These two have to stay together. Yeah, because the X on the other side means it can't go on this side. Yeah, this one can go here. I feel like it's just a matter of, yeah, it's gonna change both. Machine gun slowly stopped, and I heard lots of people yelling outside. I peeked out to take a look. Some men from the Gyeong-Min group were holding down a pretty buff young man, pressing his head to the ground. His head was already covered with blood. Choi Yo-han grabbed his hair and pulled it back violently. I finally saw his face. Yo, if I remember correctly, isn't this the new guy in your unit, Lieutenant Kang? What a cute and silly one he is. He came all the way to here to save his precious lieutenant without even bringing a gun. Who do you think is cuter, him or my son? Oh shit. Lieutenant Kang? Fuck you. The kid's nose and mouth were bleeding heavily, and he kept mumbling through the blood. Lieutenant, don't mind me. Oh shit! Joy fired up the machine gun once again. Oh shit. The kid's fragile flesh was torn to pieces and pounded into a stain on the ground. I didn't fucking want to mind you! What the fuck were you doing here? Did you know I meant to not fucking tell you about our mission out of this goddamn place? And you idiot, you didn't even bring a fucking gun? How'd you defend your precious justice? Justice, what was the fucking point? Now that you're dead. Jesus. I signed by the lieutenant of a unit. Looked down at the green B2 form in my hands and had an idea. Closed the form in my hand and ran back to Unit 4, stopping at the lieutenant's desk. My hand on the handle of the drawer. My heart was beating rapidly in my chest. This would be a huge mistake. Forging the signature. In all seriousness, this would be a crime. What the hell is wrong with me? I'm done and think. There must be another way. Speaking of which, I remembered seeing a toy gun on the custodian's desk earlier. Would that be useful? Something is definitely wrong with me. I let out a sigh. Fine. Should be okay if I just go ahead without a gun, right? Rushed out of the building, hailed a cab, and headed toward the port. Oh boy, Buddha would surely bless me. Buddha did not, in fact, bless me.